Hey, we stayed out of FOMO and found a good trade today. Hey, fellow traders, it's Black Coffee Trader. It is Wednesday, August the 20th. And had a good day today. What a crazy day on this market. Big move down this morning on the NASDAQ, bounced back up and almost reclaimed the entire move. Not quite, but almost reclaimed the entire move. So kind of a big, slow V-shaped move today. The winning trade I had today was on the Dow Jones, actually. So this morning on the big sell-off, I really just couldn't find a good entry. I mean, the levels that I had charted here, initially you could have, I mean, this would have been a completely aggressive short right here. I don't like to do that. But there was a nice level here around the 330s, also around the 200s, we'll call it 195, and then one down here around the 143s. And obviously we had pretty much the low of day down here around 23,030. And I just couldn't find an entry. I thought about taking this one, but it just wasn't clean enough, and there was enough just big selling volume. I wasn't comfortable putting risk on the table here. And as I was watching this market, I was watching the NASDAQ and I was watching ES. Again, not really any good entries for me on the short side here on ES as well. We were pretty much in a free fall move down, and I really need a retest of a level. So then I noticed that we had a potential setting up here on the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones did not have the sell-off as significantly as the NASDAQ or the ES. We actually had a move up, rejected this area up here around the 43,100s, which has been a previous rejection area, and we started to move down. And then I started to see this hold coming in, this push up, and I started to watch it. And as soon as we rejected, we tested this area. As soon as we rejected, I jumped in short. I was not going to be greedy. I was going to get out at basically the low of day from yesterday, which is what I did. Ended up with a really nice trade, about 150, 160 per funded account. So one quick, easy trade, 6 minutes, done. I was really, really happy with that trade. And the other thing too is just, being patient. Like I said here at the outset, not jumping into this out of, FOMO, fear of missing out. And I'm really, really happy that, I stayed away from that and just found a good trade. Now, in my opinion, I think probably the best trade of the day for me would have been this long right here after, and this was this afternoon around lunchtime. I drew this line in here. You can see how we had such a clean, we had a break through this level. We retested right here. We failed. We came back up and broke that level and then retested it again. Look at how clean this is. The fall through test, and then this test here, I mean, almost to the point, not quite, off by a couple of points there, but a great entry for about 150 points. So that would have been a fantastic trade. I was just, honestly, after this morning, I was happy with my 150, 160, and I've really been more that way. You find a good trade and done for the day. But anyway, kind of curious to see if anybody took that. I'm sure someone did. It would have been was a really, really nice. We had basically a rejection of VWAP, and then we retested this level around the 23,144s for a beautiful push. And then at the rest of the day, really has been sideways. Had a little bit of a sell-off here end of day, but this was really kind of crappy price action. I did not have I had a good start to the day. Let's put it that way on my evals. My 150 or my 50K accounts are actually doing pretty well. They're all at, well, the take profit accounts are about $1,000. This one here, Apex, is at 52.2, and these are all right around 52.1. So they're in pretty good shape. This one here is 50,007. This drawdown is not correct. I'm not sure what the scoop is there. It's not correct. That this account probably has 2,200 in drawdown or something like that. But anyway. I did lose the Alpine account this morning. Unfortunately, didn't have much drawdown left after yesterday. And then the 550K accounts that I had, they are going to be rebuilding soon. And so I decided I'd better be pretty aggressive. And I got a little bit too aggressive today. Ended up losing about 22 to 2,400 per account. So they're not in really good shape at all. This one here is actually almost blown. These are 700-800. And really what happened is on, I forget, it was this, I think this move right here. I was looking for this. I was buying. I kept buying this move. Kind of stupid. in hindsight, but I was buying this move with way too much size. And even this little move here was really from the 23 300s to the 23 200s almost. That's about 100 points right there. And so you take too much size right there, it's just going to hurt you, and that's what it did. So QuantGuard did take me out of the market. So I have my settings set for 2000 and some. There's a little bit of slippage there. I think there's about a 1 or 2 second delay, and I have it set up. I need to go check my settings on that. I probably need to tighten that up a little bit, but basically it took me out of there. So I have a little bit of drawdown left. We'll see what happens, but I'm going to be pretty aggressive. I do not want these to rebuild. I would rather buy new with the 80% off sale that they've got going on. So I'd rather buy new than continue that. But the 50K accounts with Apex, I've got really 6 of them that are really, really close. So hopefully I can get those passed, which I should be able to. These are the accounts that I've had up all the way, in fact, up to 52.8. And then we took them all the way down, and now we're back up to 52.1. So that feels like a little bit of a win at least. So. But that was the eval day. Again, evals are not a huge thing, but I am trying to get some of these passed, and I really want to get these 4 more take profit accounts across the finish line, and definitely get some more of the Apex accounts passed as well. So, but that's where we're at. Good couple of days here on the new take profit account, and had a couple nice winning days here on the rest of them. So that's really good. Let's take a quick look at TradeZella and kind of look at a couple of things. So today, obviously we're up 1,400, one trade, and we are winning the week. I talked about that yesterday about winning the week. We're up 1,700 on the week. Definitely, yesterday made up a red day from Monday, and very, very important not to have a big red day, keeping those losses to a minimum, which is what we've done. So I really like that. Obviously, last week we just had, just had a bit of a rough week, a bit of a red week. But this week, there's something early to point out with my strategy here. So let's go to this week and look at the profit. 1,700. My win rate was only 36%. Profit factor 255. Average win to loss 160. Average loser with 35. That's the big difference. When your average win to loss is skewed like this in this manner, and the day win rate is nice, but you don't need to have a big win rate to be profitable. Now, granted, it's only 3 days, but we had several trades on Monday. I think I took 3 or 4 trades on Monday. They were all small losses. Monday was a horrible day. Very choppy, very up, very, very sideways day. Not a good trading day at all. I really shouldn't have traded. And if that's the case, we'd be even better. But if you think about that, I kept the losses to a minimum on Monday, and then had 2 nice trades yesterday and today, and that really turns into a very nice week. And so if we get the win percentage up even higher, everything else is going to follow suit. So I'm really just trying to change that perspective, and not be focused on days or months, but really be focused on weeks. If I can win this week, which we're winning now, so be careful at the end of the week here, try to win the next week. And if I win week after week after week, eventually we will have winning months and more payouts. So, and the other thing too, I mean, I'm trying to get these accounts built up, because then if you get to a payout, you've got enough to move the needle. Get a payout with 5 accounts or 10 accounts or whatever, you're going to make a change in your payouts for the year. So anyway, you may also have noticed that I have a new, not really an indicator. It is called an indicator, but you can see this red between the 9 and 21 EMA on this move down, and the green on the move up. I've noticed this on some other charts. TOS has it, I think, or TradingView has it, I believe, and I couldn't find it on NinjaTrader, but I finally did find it. So basically what it is I've used the 9 and 21 EMA, and this is basically a cloud. So it colors the downtrending move, and I like it. It helps to reinforce when you're in a downtrend or when you're in an uptrend. It's not that I'm taking trades off of it by any stretch of the imagination, but it's that little visual that you get to see in those moves, and I really, really do like that. So what it is, and I'll do a video on this eventually, but this is I found it on affordable indicators, which there's a link in the description below for affordable indicators. This is obviously what I use as a chart trader and whatever, but this is their best moving averages trend indicator. And what it does is it creates that cloud. And so if you get that indicator, all you have to do then is to go into your settings. In fact, I'll just show you. So if I go into, if I go to my indicators and see if this thing can populate here before the end of day. Here we go. So it is the affordable indicators best trend. And then all you have to do is set this to whatever your EMAs are. You have to have 2 of them. So I've been using the 9 and the 21. That's what I wanted to, but you could set this to, 10 and 30 or 20 and 50 or whatever you want. Then you set your color up bar. I set them to green and red, and you change your opacity, and it changes the look. It's very simple. It's very simple to do, and it gives you that nice little visual on uptrend, downtrend, and you can see it. I've got that across all my charts. So really do like that indicator. Something I've been looking at for several weeks. I've been trying to find it and finally found it. So thank you, Affordable Indicators. I love their products, and I do use them every single day. So that's that, but just wanted to point that out as a new thing. So there we have it. Once again, just want to say thank you. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for following along. Thanks for the support. Thanks for using my code BCT with Take Profit, Apex, QuantGuard, and also Affordable Indicators. So I do appreciate that very much. Thanks for following along. Thanks for supporting the channel. And hopefully you guys are having a green week. Again, the thing for me too, that I just thinking through the last couple of weeks here, last week had a bit of a red week. And last week, if you look at the market, we were more of kind of a sideways moving market. We didn't really have much of a move. And the last couple of days, we've had some bigger moves. And that's when my strategy does the best, because we find a move to a level, break it, retest it, and the continuation is typically there. Like we saw this morning on the Dow Jones. We had the break, the move down, retested, and the further move. If you have a sluggish market, you don't get that type of an action as easily, and that's sometimes where I've made some mistakes in the past. So important for me to capitalize on these market trends as they occur, and try to continue to stack up the wins. So anyway, we'll leave you with that. Appreciate you guys as always. Take care. Have a good trading day tomorrow. We'll catch up with you on the next one. Take care, and so long.